Welcome back to Nikolai's Comic Corner Classic Noon Classics. This is episode number 2125 and Doubleshot number, it's 2225 and Doubleshot number 2119. We're discussing the 6th Epic Collection for Incredible Hulk and the 4th Epic Collection for Thor. Now, I initially thought that before I continue here, that I thought the next one was going to be 5. Nope, the trade I got here is 6. So basically, next Comic Corner, which I'll discuss next, we'll be discussing Volume 5 plus another trade. First up we have is Incredible Hulk Epic Collection Volume 6, Crisis on Counter-Earth. And here's a thing with this particular, I should probably about the trade itself. There's not a Volume 7 through 9 released yet. I say released yet for good reason, because I read online, apparently the next volume is supposed to come out in October. Yep, October. And this book collects issues 157 to 178. The writing here is done by Steve Englehart, Roy Thomas, Jerry Conway, Chris Claremont, Steve Gerber, Tony Isabella, and Archie Goodwin. Artwork was up by Herb Trample. Yep, he is in fact the main artist here. And they do not change the artist at all the whole time here. In the first issue, the Hulk fights the Rhino again. Yep, he does. As for why in the world they have him fight the Rhino again, I have no idea. Yeah, it faces a Rhino and a leader. Yeah, and also this issue, and you also have where Betty Ross marries Glenn Talbot for a brief period of time. Yep. We also have the first appearance of Porkiness. Yes, a character appeared 3 times. Because, of course, basically, with the very next issue. By the way, in issue 158, this is when Betty Ross and Glenn Talbot get married. Yep, and then basically 158 starts off a saga where he's on Counter-Earth for a handful of issues. Yep. Well, he's on there for like 158, and then next issue, he has another fight with the Abomination. Yep. Yep. The Abomination. Which is actually the first time he's fought him since issue 137, and he fought him again in 171. Yep. Yeah, and then 160, he takes on Tiger Shark. You think wait, Tiger Shark? Who the heck is Tiger Shark? He's a enemy of Name of the Submariner. He's a Roy Thomas character. So of course Roy Thomas included him here. Actually done by Steve Englehart. Now, will this be the only time he fights the Hulk? Yes, this is his sole appearance he made in the book. Yeah, fights is one issue, then he's out to fight off Namor again. In 161, he basically takes on, well, the Beast, and of course he owes me. I kind of talked about this one before, and well, this is one of those issues where it took place during the reprint years of the X-Men. Okay, and then we have in issue 162, the debut of the Wendigo. Yep, the Wendigo. Well, the original version of him. There's been several different Wendigos over the years. Yeah, he's the original one. There's also George Baptiste, who becomes Wendigo at some point. There's also Francis Lorga and Luke Lama. Wendigo is kind of like a curse, and they kind of revisit for historic for X-Men. So, oh, by the way, Hulk does find out that Betty Ross got married and to Glenn Talbot, and he's not happy. So, in issue 163, we see debut of the Gremlin. Who later became Titanium Man. Well, I think this was not the original one. No, it was different. It was the different one. He may have been like the second version of the character. Mm-hmm. We also have the first of a handful of appearances of the Soviet Super Duper, because Hulk goes to frickin' Russia for a few issues. Yeah, it goes issue here, and then returns to 140, 130, 187, 188, and returns to issue Ramen. That was it for them. Yep. Then in 164, he takes someone called Colonel Captain Nathaniel Omen, an alien, because of course fights an alien. He appears for this issue and the following one, and that's basically it. Yeah. There's also someone named Fugus Omen, who also appears for a couple issues, and he's done. Excuse me. In 166, we have debut of Zaz. Well, ZZZAX. He's a monster of electricity, and in issue 167 is his debut appearance. But he returned after this. When? In issue 183. Yep. And then 167, he fights frickin' MODOK of AIM. Now here's something I find interesting about the original MODOK. Did you know he actually made his debut in issue 4? I think it was Iron Man's story. Nope, he fought Captain America first. But yeah, for some reason, Cage fights the Hulk for some reason. I'm not sure why. But this was the first time he fought the Hulk. Yep, first of many, many times he fought the Hulk. Yeah, and he fights him for basically from 167 to 169. We also debut of someone called the Bi Beast, who only appears for one issue. You'd think one issue, but not really. He actually returned a little bit later. He would actually return in issue 214. Yep, so it takes him some time, but he does return. Oh yeah, and also in these issues, Tal becomes Heartbeat for a few issues. Yep, and he's in human form with issue 169. With 170, we have basically Hulk fighting someone called Big Feet for an issue. And then 171, he has a rematch with Domination and the Rhino again. Then 172, he teams up with the frickin' Juggernaut. Yeah, the Juggernaut. And then we have 173, him fighting the Cobalt Man. Yeah, and this is the original Cobalt Man. Which, here's something though. Yeah, he fought the X-Men first. But this is the first time he's appeared in comics is X-Men 34. He would never actually fight the Hulk ever again after this. Not many book per se after this. He appeared in 2 issues of Defenders. And he appeared against sporadically over the years. And here's the strange thing about Cobalt Man. He's mostly put like an evil Iron Man. That's most what the guy is basically there for. Yep, have 2 issues fighting him. And then in 175 takes on the Humans. In 176, it's back to Counter Earth. Where he actually fights a revived, in these 2 issues here, he fights a revived Adam Warlock. Which, yeah, he fights in here for 2 issues, and he was seen in the very next issue, or he gets resurrected and be killed. Then it comes him for some reason. Not sure why, though, he does. It is by far one of the weirdest things related to this guy, but these issues here are pure awesomeness at its finest. I give this trade here a 10 out of 10. It's that damn good. And the next volume would be issue 13. Yep. Excuse me. Next up we have is Thor Epic Collection, Volume number 4. This is The Wake the Mogog. Yep. This book collects issues 154 to 174. Yeah. Basically, 154 is the debut of Mogog. Yep, this is basically his debut. Yeah, Mogog is a very well-known Thor villain. As a matter of fact, he's currently dead. He got killed off in the most recent one, down it goes. Oh, excuse me. So basically, yeah, so Thor basically takes on in his first, 5-part appearances here, 154, 157. And then pretty much begin sort of leading to the stuff with Ragnarok. And then we have basically a flashback story at 158. It's just a retelling of basically, it's not a reprint per se, it's just a retelling of his debut from during Mission 183. It's most of what the issue serves as. In 159, he fights a guy called Gandalf. Yep, and basically also reveals the backstory of Donald Blake in 159. 160, he takes on Galactus and Ego again. We also have the first appearance of the Wanderers, survivors of Galactus, who appeared sporadically over the years. Oh yeah, in case you're curious though, there was an episode of Fantastic Four mentioned that Thor fought Galactus once, and it happened in 160. Yeah, it happens in 160. Yeah, then in 163 he fights Pluto, aka Hades. Yep. It's more like cosmic stuff and basically Thor's dealing with the Greek gods for a few issues. And then he encounters Adam Warlock as him. Ooh, it's me. Yeah. He's run for Thor for a handful of issues from 163 to 166. He even fights at one point. And then 167. Just taking on Loki and a couple other characters. Then he has basically the origin of Galactus revealed 168 of Thor. Was her first appearance of the Terminal Man, who is mostly just a minor villain who doesn't do much for Thor. And 169, basically, in 169, we continue exploring more of the backstory of Galactus, while staying on Thoroughman. And you have Hulk have a rematch with the Wrecker 171. And you have first appearance of Kron Krusik. Yeah, he appears this issue here. And then 2 issues of Thunderstrike. And that's it for him. Yep, and of course Jane Foster comes back in this issue here. Then in 173, Thor takes on the Circus of Crime. Just cause. And at 174, we take on the Crypto Man. Yeah, he's a character who appears for 2 appearances. He returns one at a time in Incredible Hulk 205, which has basically the robot being destroyed. And that's it for that. But this is still another. It's not as good as the previous trade per se. Not a lot of really big known characters make debut this one, but this is still pure fun. But next epic collection, oh boy. This actually next one is the end of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's time writing, well, the creative team behind Thor. This is the last trade that Collector issues for the run. Yep. But yeah, I'm going to end this review here because I have to take care of something and I'll be right back. So, see you all there. Bye.